Welcome back to more Summoner's War Monster Strategies. Today we're going to be looking at a bonus monster known as Fran. Fran is commonly correlated with the fairy, so I decided to do Fran, not, that sounds wrong, do Fran. No, do the Fran video basically right after the fairies, because it just makes sense to, it really does. So first of all, if you don't know how to get Fran, well, I mean, you can't get her anymore, that's the truth. The truth is that Fran was part of an event in which if you played Summoner's War during, I forgot how much time it was like a few months or something. If you played Summoner's War during that time, you would get a free Fran. And it was a good thing, you know, a free monster. And as of now, the number of Frans, well, continues to decline because some people used to, like, you know, they feed her away and it just keeps declining and declining over time, unfortunately. So, yeah, she's a rare monster nowadays. So a lot of people don't actually know about her. But anyway, let's actually talk about Fran and her use. So first of all, her skills as a level 46 star are as follows. 10,215 HP, 670 attack, 461 defense, and 103 speed. Speed is average, a little bit above average, I would say, just a tiny bit. Her attack is fairly impressive for being a fairy. Defense mediocre, but HP is good, over 10,000. So overall average stats, it makes sense. 3-star monster, pretty average stats. You know, they're not bad like a 2-star monster. They're pretty average, a little bit above average. Okay, so now it's time for the skills. The first one is an identical move to the fairies, which is Light Hurricane, attacks the enemy 3 times with the Whirling Storm of Light, stuns the enemy for 1 turn with a 20% chance. The second skill is also identical to the fairies, or at least some fairies, removes all harmful effects on the target ally and recovers its HP. The recovery amount is proportionate to the attack power. And the third one recovers the HP of all allies and increases the attack power for 2 turns. The recovery amount is proportionate to the attack power. Okay, so as you can see, the 2 heals are actually proportionate to the attack power, which means the more attack she has, the more she can heal. Basically, a good way to classify her as would be a hybrid healer, in which she is a healer, but she is not a tank healer. Instead, she needs attack power to actually heal effectively, which is interesting. A lot of people like to consider her a basically a weaker Chasun, but I mean, to be honest, like it's really hard to just say a weaker Chasun. Other people like to just say she's a weaker Hwahi, which to me actually makes more sense. Now, the main reason why people say she is a weaker Chasun is because, I mean, for her first skill attacks like Chasun, but really it's like all Sky Dancers, that's not unique. But the third skill, this one, it heals the HP of allies, but it also increases the attack power. There's not a lot of heals that can actually do this, that can heal, like AoE heal and AoE attack buff at the same time. This move is one. The Amuse skill from the Sky Dancers, you know, which are Chasun, Hwahi, and the, I forgot the other name. But basically, there's not a lot of skills that can do this. So it's a very unique combination, very unique skill, and I mean, that's why people compare that, because they compare her to those Sky Dancers because of that, you know, the whole AoE heal and attack buff. But like I said, it's better to compare it to Hwahi, because Hwahi is an offensive monster technically. She needs high attack to heal more, but she also has a very powerful third skill in which she can like attack 6 times or something and it does massive damage with high attack. Fran also heals more based off of attack power like Hwahi, but Chasun doesn't actually heal based off of her attack power. Instead, she heals for 20% of her max HP, which is why in a way, it's kind of better to consider her a Hwahi, a weaker Hwahi. So I don't know, whatever you want, basically Chasun or Hwahi. But let's talk about the runes. So because I said, you know, she's a hybrid, I would say to make her Fatal Energy with attack, and 246, or HP, or any combination of those. So it's a bit complicated to rune her correctly, because it's hard to rune hybrids. It's hard to know how much you should put, how much you should allocate into the defensive side and how much you should allocate into the offensive side, because it's, you know, they're 2 very different things and it's really hard to just do that. So one of the things that you should worry about is to not ever put critical damage. You know, because you see this and you're like, oh, you know, she's an offensive monster, so that means critical damage. No. Her heals do not scale off of critical damage, they scale off of attack, so don't ever put critical damage. Instead, all attack, you know? Fatal with an energy set. And then, like I said, 2, 4, 6, it depends. The more attack you give her, the more she will hit in her first skill and the more she will heal in her second and third skills. But the more defense or HP you give her, the more she will remain alive and the more she can thus heal, because she's alive in the battle longer, she can heal more, but every heal will be weaker because it's not enough attack power. So, like I said, it's hard. A lot of people like to just give her fatal energy with attack, and HP, basically 1 HP and 2 attacks. I mean, that would work. I think that works. Or you could just go all out and give her all attacks, basically to be an offensive healer, which is a very unique combination. So, it's interesting. That is pretty much it for Fran. Like I said, she is a monster that was just for the event that can no longer be obtained, unfortunately. So if you don't have her anymore, or if you were never playing Summoner's War during that time, you unfortunately cannot get Fran ever, unless Come To Us somehow makes some other event that you can get her again, which is a possibility, I don't know. But yeah, that's Fran. That is Fran in a nutshell. So if you have any rune recommendations, go ahead and leave a comment, because I am sure that people would appreciate seeing those types of comments to get more information about Fran. Also, if you enjoyed this episode in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to leave a like. I would appreciate that very, very much. Thank you, and I will see you all next time.